Our fifth finalist of this evening is contestant number 20, Kelly Berryman. Our next finalist is contestant number 6, Krista Jones. Our next finalist is contestant number 19, Jordan Missouri. And our final finalist is contestant number 9, Marissa Bailey. Congratulations to all the girls. Now, girls, I am going to have to say goodbye to you for right now. We'll see you in just a minute, though. All right? America's Junior Miss is an incredible program to work with, support, and even represent. It is the oldest and largest scholarship program for high school senior girls in the nation. In 2006 alone, nearly $78 million were awarded to Junior Miss participants across the nation. AJM strives to give every young woman the opportunity to further her education and prepare her for a successful future. Tonight, the 8 finalists chosen from the preliminary competition will compete in 3 areas of competition: fitness, which accounts for 15% of the overall score, talent, which accounts for 25% of the overall score, and self-expression, which accounts for an additional 15% of the overall score. The remaining 45% of the overall score is comprised from 2 areas of competition that took place earlier on this week. They are scholastics, which is 20% of the overall score, and interview, which is 25% of the overall score. And now I'd like to take just a few minutes to introduce you to the lucky judges who have the very difficult task of picking just one of these amazing girls. We'll begin tonight with Ms. Chelsea Chalk. Chelsea Chalk received her bachelor's degree in communication studies summa cum laude from St. Mary's College. She was a member of the University of Notre Dame Marching Band, Clarinet Choir, and Student Academic Council. She was also a Lilly Scholar. Chelsea was Clinton County's Junior Miss in 2003 and won the panel evaluation and was named a finalist at the Indiana Junior Miss program. She enjoys reading, spending time on the lake, and playing golf. Chelsea currently lives in Syracuse, Indiana, as she prepares to enter graduate school. Ladies and gentlemen, judge number 1, Ms. Chelsea Chalk. Our second judge for this evening is Mr. Chris Hamilton. Chris Hamilton is an attorney in Fort Wayne, Indiana, concentrating his private practice in insurance defense litigation. He is also a registered civil and domestic relations mediator. He recently returned to private practice after serving for 3 years as an instructor and counselor in Culver's Winter School and as a director in its summer camps program. Chris received his preparatory education at Culver's Military Academy and graduated from DePaul University and Washington University School of Law. Chris served as a judge for the 2007 Indiana Junior Miss program. Ladies and gentlemen, judge number 2, Mr. Chris Hamilton. Our next judge for this evening is Ms. Deb Mawson. Deb Mawson is the current director of guidance at John Glenn High School. She received her bachelor's degree in psychology from Indiana University and a master's degree in counseling psychology from Notre Dame. Deb was Walkerton's Junior Miss in 1986 and chaired her program for 4 years. She was Mrs. Indiana America 2005 and is currently Mrs. Indiana United States 2008 and will compete for the title of Mrs. United States in July in Las Vegas. Deb enjoys attending Purdue football games, reading, going to movies, and photography. She lives in Walkerton, Indiana, with her husband Gordon and her 2 boys, Drew and Reed. Judge number 3, Deb Mawson. Judge number 4 for this evening is Mr. Tom Pittman. Tom Pittman is a partner with the law firm of Baker and Daniels, where he focuses his private practice in the area of public finance. Tom received his bachelor's degree in the classics from Yale University and his law degree from Harvard University. He has served as a judge for numerous local programs, as a scholarship judge, and as a judge for the 1994, 1995, and 2003 Indiana's Junior Miss program. Tom enjoys reading, music, and genealogy. He lives in Cicero, Indiana with his wife, Barb. They have 2 children in college, Lauren and Adam. Please help me welcome Judge number 4, Mr. Tom Pittman. Our next judge for this evening is Ms. Thea Strand. Thea Strand is a vice president and director of business development at Bison Financial Group. Thea received her bachelor's degree in psychology from Purdue University. Thea is a 1975 Junior Miss has-been. She has performed in over 30 plays and has been in a variety of regional commercials. Thea and her husband David live in Lafayette. They have 2 Ryan, who is acting in New York, and Aaron, who is at Purdue. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Thea Strand. And our final judge for this evening is Ms. Julie Richardson Woodrum. Julie Richardson Woodrum is a director for Goodwill Industries of Central Indiana, Incorporated. Julie graduated from Indiana University with a bachelor's degree in accounting and is a certified public accountant. Julie has been involved in Junior Miss for many years. She was Plainfield Junior Miss in 1991 and a finalist at IJM in 1992. She has served on the IJM Board of Directors and worked with the Plainfield and Hamilton County programs. Julie and her husband Chris are the proud parents of Eli, who celebrated his 1st birthday in January. Ladies and gentlemen, our final judge for this evening, Ms. Julie Richardson Woodrum. Now I believe it is time to start the competition between our 8 finalists. The first area of competition for this evening is the physical fitness competition. Here the girls will be judged on their overall physical stamina, coordination, agility, and flexibility during a choreographed aerobic routine. I know from experience this takes a lot of energy, and a lot of that comes from you guys. So let's hear it for our 8 finalists in the physical fitness competition. Here tonight to do a very special performance for you all. To tell you a little bit about her, she is attending Point Park University in Pittsburgh, where she's studying dance and history. She's hoping to, in the near future, work with a dance company and then go on to become a high school history teacher. Tonight, she will be performing a lyrical piece, the same one she performed for her talent last year at Junior Miss, to the song Listen to Your Heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Indiana's Junior Miss 2007, Miss Chrissy Jones. Thank you so much, Chrissy. She is just such a great girl and so wonderful to watch. She's so talented, so I'm really interested to see what she'll be doing in the near future, and I wish her all the best. I'd like to now take a few moments to recognize some very important people we have here tonight in the audience. If I could, please have some house lights. Thank you very much. First of all, it's so important for all the young women up on the stage to look out and see all of your wonderful smiling faces, supporting them and cheering them on. So first and foremost, thank you so much for being here for these girls, and give yourself a round of applause. Next, I'd like to introduce a representative from America's Junior Miss. She is Carol Rubino, the AJM Support Team National Representative. So welcome, Carol. We also have another very special guest in the audience this evening. She is the state chairman from Illinois Junior Miss, and she is Jill Zostak. Next, a very special program that we have at Junior Miss is the Host Home program. These girls, the contestants, when they compete for Indiana's Junior Miss, come to Frankfort for an entire week with minimal communication to their parents. They're away from their nice, warm, cozy beds, and they stay up here with host families in Frankfort. And we'd like to take a moment, if you are a host family this year, if you'll please stand and be recognized, and we thank you so much for everything you do. We'd also like to send a warm welcome out to any local chairman who might be joining us this evening. As you may know, all of the contestants competing for Indiana's Junior Miss represent a local program. So if you are a local chairman, if you'll please stand and be recognized, we thank you as well. Without all the work that you put into your local programs, we couldn't have such a quality program at the state level. So thank you so much for everything you do. And again, speaking of the quality at the state level, it wouldn't be possible without the great support and effort of our Indiana's Junior Miss Board of Directors. So if you are on the Board of Directors, if you're out in the audience, I know we have a few backstage, but if you'll please stand and be recognized as well. And if you are familiar with the program, you know that once you are a Junior Miss, you're always a Junior Miss. Your title might just change to a has-been, like I am. So if you are a has-been, if you're joining us tonight, if you'll please stand and be recognized. And finally, again, speaking of just the great support that these girls get here the entire week that they're up here in Frankfort, if you are a parent of a contestant here tonight, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you so much for all of your support and everything that you do for these girls. It really does mean so much to them. Well, now it's time to get back to the competition. The girls have had a chance to catch their breath from that physical fitness routine. The crew is all set up backstage, so let's get started. The next area of competition is my personal favorite, the talent competition. In this area, each of the finalists will get to express their personal talent in a live performance on stage. Judges will evaluate based on skill, technique, and presentation during the 90 seconds allotted for each of the contestants. We begin tonight with contestant number 2, Becky Schoon. Becky has been singing from a very young age and playing the French horn since the 7th grade. Here, she is combining the two talents into one presentation with the performance of Il Wind, a piece by Michael Flanders and Donald Swann set to Mozart's 4th Horn Concerto. Please welcome contestant number 2 and finalist number 1, Becky Schoon. Thanks so much. It's so great to have so many wonderful supporters of the Junior Miss program, for without them, we couldn't have such a quality program that we're able to do every single year. And I'd like to take just a moment to recognize some of our sponsors for the Junior Miss program. First, start out with the platinum sponsors for the Indiana's Junior Miss program. They are the City of Frankfort, Farmers Bank, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Regions Bank, and St. Vincent Frankfort Hospital. Thank you so much. And also, we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge the national sponsors of America's Junior Miss. I'd like to point those out just briefly as well. They are the Mitchell Company, Alabama Power, Encore Rehabilitation, Mobile Gas, Regions Financial Corporation, and Winsells. Thank you so much to our national sponsors. And a very special thank you to Ray Rudd Buick, Pontiac, GMC, Chevy, and Cadillac. They are the dealership that donates all the cars for this week for the girls to be transported around Frankfort in. So thank you so much for your kindness. And the final area of competition for this evening is the self-expression portion of competition, which accounts, again, for 15% of the overall score. In this area, each finalist wears a gown of her choice and will answer an onstage question. Judges are looking for poise, demeanor, sense of style, and speaking ability in each of the finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please help me welcome the finalists to the stage for the self-expression portion of competition. Stall. We're not quite ready backstage, so we'll give the girls just a couple more minutes to get prepared. I'd like to go ahead and start making a couple announcements right before we'll be taking the intermission as soon as we get finished with the competition. First off, there is a silent auction going on in the lobby. Tonight, of course, is the final night. It has been going on the previous 2 nights during preliminary competition. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the items that are up for bid. The first one is an autographed football by Peyton Manning, so be sure to go check that one out. I know all of you Colts fans out there are real excited about that. There's also an autographed basketball by Pacers player number 7, Jermaine O'Neal, and Mike Brown, who is a former Pacer assistant coach and is now the head coach of the Cavaliers. And the third item up for bid is an autographed picture of Helio Castroneves after he has won his second Indianapolis 500 and was recently named the winner of Dancing with the Stars. So be sure to go check those out during the intermission. Also, all 3 nights of competition has been recorded by HDTV, that's Hot Dog Television. For those of you who didn't know, Frankfort is the home of the hot dogs, the only mascot of the hot dogs in the entire nation. As I said, they have been videotaping these last 3 nights of competition, and if you would like your own personal DVD for yourself or for the contestants, there are order forms available out in the lobby that you can pick up and fill out. And also on that same order form is a possibility for you to purchase a small CD of photos from this last week. The crew is really great. They get to get out of classes for an entire week and come down to the auditorium and be with all the Junior Miss contestants and just really have a great time getting to know them and spending this time with them. And they've been snapping some photos behind the scenes and have put together a fun little CD for them. So if you'd like one of those for your favorite girl up here, just to keep those memories forever, you can also purchase one of those on the same order form that you can purchase the DVD as well. Another reminder for alumni and a Junior Miss alumni, there's a table set up in the lobby for you to go and fill in all your correct contact information so we can keep you up to date with new things happening with Junior Miss. And also there's some information about the Alumni Scholarship. So be sure to check that out over intermission as well. And let me just double check to see if we're ready. I'll be right back. Not quite ready yet. Okay, couple of announcements. I was going to save some of these for later. We are very fortunate to have a representative from the Frankfort Times, Linda Clark. She is so generous. She has brought extra copies of the newspaper from this entire week tonight. They're all set up in the lobby as well, and they are available for purchase. They've been taking a lot of pictures and writing a lot of articles about the girls, so be sure to go check those out so that you can have those newspaper clippings for your scrapbooks. And reminder, there is no smoking on this campus anywhere on the Frankfort High School campus, so just keep that in mind during the intermission. And let's see if I have anything else to say. You know, if you haven't been here the last 2 nights, we've been telling some pretty good jokes to fill some time. And I have to tell you, I'm really proud of some of the audience members. They have been coming up with some really good jokes that they've let me in on. So I might have to tell one because we're not ready yet. So, yeah? You want one? All right. Okay. Well, since the tradition for the last This has been a blonde joke. I'll just have to give another blonde joke. Okay, and this was told to me by my uncle, actually just today, because he had to give his input as well. Okay, so there's this blonde. She's driving down the highway, and she's following this big truck, and they get to a stop sign, and she pulls up right behind the truck, and she goes up to the side, and she knocks on the door, and the truck driver kind of turns around and says, "What's going on?" She goes, "Hi, I'm Samantha Smith, and I just wanted to let you know, sir, you're losing some of your load." And he's like, "Okay, whatever." So she gets back in her car, and she feels really good that she did a good deed for the day. And he continues driving, and she continues following him. So he stops at a stoplight. And she pulls up behind him, and she gets out of a car, goes up to the truck driver's window, taps on it, says, "Hi, I'm Samantha Smith again, and sir, you're losing part of your load." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "Whatever." She goes back, gets in her car, and they continue down the road and come to another stop sign. This time, he gets out of his truck and walks back to her car, taps on her window. Excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm John Doe, and I'm the driver of the salt truck for the city." I thought that was clever. All right, well, I just got the cue that we're ready to bring the 8 finalists on for the self-expression portion of competition. So please help me welcome them back to the stage. It is now time for the onstage question portion of competition. If we could please have contestant number 2, Becky Schoon, up to the microphone, please. Becky, what life lesson have you learned from your involvement in 4-H?
Could you please repeat the question?
Sure. What life lesson have you learned from your involvement in 4-H?
The life lesson that I've learned from my involvement in 4-H has been definitely developing a good work ethic. I was involved in the Beef Project for 3 years, and nothing teaches you a good work ethic than cleaning out a cattle stall. All the work that is involved with that, and also just getting my projects done on time. And that was one thing they always asked on our sheets was, what did you learn during this project? And that was definitely something I learned, and I've been able to carry it through all my high school years. Thank you.
Contestant number 4, Natasha Williams. Natasha, what have you learned through your service in the Head Start program?
Well, I learned that I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. I also learned a lot about children and how important it is for them to get a good education at a young age. And not only that, but to have great role models for them when they're younger, and to have people who really care about them, because not all children have the parents that I do.
Contestant number 6, Krista Jones. Krista, what characteristics of Mahatma Gandhi do you admire most?
The characteristics of Mahatma Gandhi that I admire most are his self-discipline, especially. He was very disciplined in everything that he did, and he had confidence in himself and in everything that he believed in. He was never afraid to express his feelings or to protest against anything that was going on that he didn't believe in, and he was a great role model for everyone in the world.
Contestant number 9, Marissa Beatty. Marissa, what inspiration did you take from the Liz Murray story?
She was homeless and her parents were drug addicts and had little to no money, and she chose to fight and get out of the situations that she was in to make a better life for herself. She found it within herself, and I hope that I have found it within myself to do everything I can do. She's an inspiration to all young women, and she got into Harvard with a free ride. And I also applied to Harvard, and I'm just a small town girl from Muncie, but she made me believe that I could do it, and if I believed in myself, I could get out of here too. Thanks.
Contestant number 19, Jordan Mazur. Jordan, please describe one of Sigmund Freud's contributions to his field.
One of Sigmund Freud's contributions was his theory that whenever you speak to somebody, the first thing that comes to their mind can express what they're truly feeling. He felt that if you let somebody's feelings go, that's when they release their inner feelings, and when they're not thinking about anything else, because people have so much hidden inside them, and they feel so much better when it's all let out, and you just need to let out all your feelings every once in a while.
Contestant number 20, Kelly Berryman. Kelly, what do you think is the central theme of the novel Of Mice and Men?
I definitely believe that Of Mice and Men teaches us that it doesn't matter what kind of person you are, you can still have friends and you can still work hard. Lenny was disabled, but he was still able to overcome that and show that he could work hard and he could still be just as good as anybody else.
Contestant number 21, Anna Hewitson. Anna, what did the participants in the Special Olympics teach you?
The participants in Special Olympics taught me to appreciate everything in life. Every one of them I came into contact with was happy and just so overwhelmed to experience such a wonderful thing that others would spend time out of their lives to devote to them, and they just appreciated it so much. So it taught me, myself, to never take anything for granted and to just appreciate all that others do for you, and any time that they notice something about you that's special, because they were unbelievable and always happy, always excited to see you. So it just taught me to take everything and appreciate it.
Contestant number 22, Kaylee Baxter. Kaylee, what is Audrey Hepburn's greatest attribute?
When Audrey Hepburn was a little girl, she had to move from her home in Europe to a different portion during World War II when England was being raided. And when she moved, she became a part of UNICEF, and UNICEF helped her to live through World War II. And so when she became a famous actress, she became a spokeswoman for UNICEF, and that has been her most important contribution.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 8 finalists for Indiana's Junior Miss 2000. As I said before, be sure to check out all the goodies out in the lobby, and we'll see you back here in 15 minutes. I hope you all had enough time to stretch your legs and visit all the great booths set up in the lobby. And now you are in for another very special treat. We have a wonderful guest in the house tonight. She's waiting backstage, and she's going to come out here for a brief interview. She is Miss Indiana 2007, Nicole Rash. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good, good. Does it feel good to be back in Frankfort? Because if you did not know, Nicole was actually a Junior Miss contestant back in 2003.
That's right. It feels really good to be back. I was so sad that I haven't been able to come back before now, but right out of high school, I moved to South America and was there for 2 years, and I've been at Ball State and just all over the place. But it's so great to come back and just see the outpour from the community continuing 5 years after I've been here. And I saw my old host parents, and it was so fun. So I'm glad to be back.
Nicole is just one perfect example of the successful futures that some of these Junior Miss contestants have in store for them. So thank you so much for being such a great representative of the Junior Miss program.
Thank you. And I have to say, for some of the parents and the contestants backstage that did not make the finals, well, first of all, congratulations to the girls who are the finalists. But my year at Junior Miss, I was not a finalist. So it just goes to show that there is still a future for them. I hope they're not too disappointed. I know. Well, I felt so sad, but it really motivated me to just move on and go and explore different opportunities. And so I really think that you should encourage these young women to continue, because pageants can open a lot of doors, a lot of scholarship money to continue their education. So I just encourage them to keep moving forward and don't let this discourage them from doing other things.
And talking about new opportunities, you recently, just a few weeks ago, competed at Miss America and did very, very well. So if you'd like to,
I guess I'll elaborate on that a little
yeah,
bit. Yes,
let you tell them all about it.
I just came back from Las Vegas. It was 2 weeks ago that I was named first runner-up at Miss America, so that was a huge honor. It was quite an experience, and like I said, I started in Junior Miss, and then I went on to compete in the Miss America organization. And my first year at Miss Indiana, I received first runner-up, and I went on to compete in Hoopeston, Illinois, at the National Sweetheart Pageant, which is kind of a mock Miss America for all the first runner-ups around the United States. And then I went back to Miss Ball State University, won, and went back to Miss Indiana and won this year, or last year, 2007, and went on to Miss America. So a great journey. I've had such an amazing year working with Children's Miracle Network and my personal platform, which is Breaking Language Barriers. And if you watch the show, I actually sang my talent in Spanish. And it's amazing how many people can relate to that who aren't even Hispanic, but also who are and who have come here and are trying to make better lives for themselves and for their families. And I'm just glad that I can make the connection with those people as well as the English-speaking people here in the United States.
Absolutely. It's wonderful. Thank you. Now this year for Miss America, they were trying to kind of revamp the image of Miss America from the glamorous girl to more of the it girl that everyone wants to be. So tell us a little bit about some of the changes that they're trying to make in Miss America.
Well, the changes, I feel, are really positive because Miss America has been kind of set in her old ways for a long time now, and we haven't been appealing to a younger audience, which is the future of Miss America. If you don't have younger people who are watching Miss America and growing up with it and wanting to be that person, the program is not going to be able to continue to grow. So this year they did make a lot of changes, first starting with the reality show, Miss America Reality Check, and that was a lot of fun and gave the audience an opportunity to get to know the girls before the competition. I know personally a lot of people didn't understand why when you first come out, you meet all the contestants, and bam, they cut it down to 10 or 15, and they said, where did that come from? They don't know about the preliminary competitions. They don't know about these girls and their lives and the work that they do in their communities. So this gave them a unique perspective behind the scenes and not just what was on stage. So that was something I really loved. And then of course they did more of a runway type show with the evening gown and the swimsuit. And though it looks like it's going more towards Miss USA or something, it still really is keeping its class and just trying to grow with today's society. So I really enjoyed the changes.
And going back to the reality show, they had a really unique spin on that as well, and you had some success there as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. The reality show was really to get us to unlearn everything that we'd ever learned about pageants. The big curly hair, the lots of makeup, the sparkly, all beaded, huge gowns. They were trying to get away from that, and this was a way for them to teach us new things. And so that was something that I adapted to well. I just took all the advice that I could and changed the most that I could to go towards this new Miss America image, and I got recognized for it by being in the top 3 in the show.
Yeah. That was great. So wonderful. And Miss America is also a scholarship program very similar to Indiana, or to the Junior Miss program. And so tell us exactly how much money you brought home in scholarships.
Sure. Through the Miss America reality check, I was in the top 3, and so I won $10,000 in scholarships from Crest whitening strips, which I use all the time and I recommend them.
A little plug.
Now, yeah. And I won a $2,500 shopping spree with shopintuition.com. And then at Miss America, I was named first runner-up, and I won $25,000 there. So $35,000 total just with Miss America, not counting my scholarships that I won at the Miss Indiana Scholarship Pageant. And so it has been amazing and just opened a lot of new educational doors for me as well. So I have a lot broader view and a great respect for the scholarship program.
And now what's in store for you in your future? Got a couple more months before Miss Indiana. It's in June. So what will you be doing between now and then?
Just continuing to be the best Miss Indiana that I can. I am so honored to be able to represent our state and my communities and just all the people that have shown a huge outpour of support for me as I continue my journey to Miss America. But now I will just continue to promote the national platform, Children's Miracle Network, and continue to go to Riley Children's Hospital and volunteer there. And also I will be starting a program called Right Choices Right Now, where I will visit about 20 middle schools throughout the state of Indiana and just teach them about how they can make right decisions and how their choices now can affect them later in life. And you can go on missindianapageant.com and find out more about that if you're interested.
Well, great. Well, Nicole, we are so proud of you, and we are so blessed to have you as a representative of Indiana. You have done so well, and again, as I said, we're just so proud of you, and good luck to you in your future. Thank you so much for coming today. Nicole is just so wonderful. I've actually had a few opportunities to get to know her better, and just every single time I meet her, she just exceeds my expectations. She's just such a wonderful, genuine person, and I encourage you to get to know her because she really is just an incredible person. So thank you so much for representing us so well. And now another representative from Indiana, our Indiana's Junior Miss for 2007. Of course, she will, after tonight, become an official has-been, but before she does that, we'd like to welcome Miss Chrissy Jones to the stage for a brief interview as well. Hi. Sneak up on me here. So, Chrissy, how does it feel to almost be a has-been?
It's time for me to go. It's been really great being a Junior Miss and just wonderful, but it's time for another girl to experience all the wonderful things I got to.
Bigger, better things in the future, of course. So tell us a little bit about America's Junior Miss and the time you spent down in Mobile.
that was very fun. I spent 2 weeks in Mobile, Alabama, and I got to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to do ever if I wasn't a junior miss. We got to build houses with the Habitat for Humanity, which was really awesome. And we went down to the beach in the Gulf Shores, and I got stung by a jellyfish.
Oh,
But it didn't hurt that bad.
well, that's good.
Yeah. And I was actually really good friends with the winner, Nora Ali from Minnesota, and she's just one of the most talented people I've ever met in my whole life. I voted for her for Spirit. She's just the best.
Now, did she get the Spirit Award?
No, Alabama did.
Oh,
But she was great too.
Okay. So tell us some of your favorite memories from this past year as Indiana's Junior Miss.
I think just spending time with the girls here, well, the girls that are competing tonight, they're just really great. I just loved getting to know them, and I really loved this afternoon because the Has-Beens put on a skit for them, and it was just really fun. And I got to see all my old friends, and it was just a really great reunion.
Oh, that's wonderful. So tell us about your favorite moment from this week other than the Has-Been show today.
Well, besides the parties that I mentioned about yesterday, I think just we played a bunch of games on the stage with the girls, and it was just a lot of fun. We were just really quirky and fun. It was a good time.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, Chrissy, you have one final duty as Indiana's Junior Miss 2007, and that is your farewell speech. So we're going to open the stage up for you for that final moment.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. This last year, you were an amazing representative of Indiana as well, so thank you so much. And we have a couple of special awards to give out to some special people here in the audience before we get to the awards for the girls on stage. The very first one goes to the Program of the Year, and this is something that the State Board likes to do to acknowledge the local programs. So if we could have some house lights, please. Thank you. So the Program of the Year for this year went to Portage, and with the director of that program is Joe Stevens. So if you'll please come up and accept your award. Again, thank you so much to all the local chairpersons who just put so much effort into their programs every single year. So thank you so much. We also would like to acknowledge the Chairman of the Year, and this year it went to Julie DiLorenzo from Elkhart and Goshen Junior Miss. And she was actually presented with her plaque at her local program, so that's why she just stood and was recognized here this evening. So thank you again. All right, and as I mentioned before the short intermission, we did have a silent auction going on these last couple of days, and I have the winners. So I'd like to announce those real quick. The winner of the autographed Elio Castroneves picture went to Carol Rubino, our AJM representative. So congratulations. And the highest bid of the autographed Peyton Manning football was Diana Sharp. Congratulations. And our final item that was up for bid was the autographed Jermaine O'Neal and Mike Brown game ball, and that goes to Dr. Linda Spencer. So congratulations. And now it's time to bring the girls back. I believe they have a special entertainment for tonight. Now you'll have to remember this moment forever because I think this is the one and only time you'll see 23 girls in evening gowns doing the chicken dance. So remember this moment if you need a good laugh. Well, now I would like to welcome our 8 finalists back down. And I was told by our production director backstage to the macaroni line. All right. There's a yellow line up on stage. I know the audience is just sitting here going, what? But there is a line down the middle of the stage and it's yellow. And Nathan, the production director, every time you'd say, girls down to the yellow line, they wouldn't respond unless he said the macaroni line. So if you'll come down to the macaroni line. And before we hand out the awards for this evening, I'd like to make a real quick announcement. For those of you who are going to the awards brunch tomorrow, it is at 9 a.m. at the Frankfort Country Club. I know on the tickets it does say the 4-H building, but they did change the venue and it will be at the Country Club tomorrow. And I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge our stage crew. The stage crew for this entire weekend, it's run by high school students from Frankfort High School. So if we could just give them one big round of applause. You can tell they really bond with the girls and they have a really special friendship that they share for the rest of their lives even. I know I stay in touch with some of the crew that was from my year as Junior Miss. So like I said, it's a really special friendship and thank you guys for everything that you do up on lights and back there and they're everywhere. So thank you. And now I believe we are ready to pass out some awards. The very first awards that we'd like to give this evening are some more preliminary awards. For the first one in the interview category, there will be 2 scholarship recipients in this category, $500 going to each recipient. And the presenter for this is Tom Crawford, and he's a representative from St. Vincent Hospital. I'll run over here real quick. Thank you. Thank you. I thought we were going to do. I need to bring Chrissy.
You were supposed to.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, girls. All right, and before we hand out those awards, I'd also like to bring back to the stage Indiana's Junior Miss for 2007 for the final time, Miss Chrissy Jones. And as I said, the presenter... I'm getting a nod backstage, so I guess that was what was supposed to happen. So thank you, Chrissy. All right, and as I stated before, the presenter for this award is Mr. Tom Crawford, a representative of St. Vincent Hospital. Our first scholarship recipient in the interview category goes to contestant number 20, Kelly Berryman. Our second scholarship recipient in the interview category goes to contestant number 9, Marissa Beatty. The next scholarships we'll be handing out are in the Scholastics category of competition. And each of these scholarships, again, there are 2, each worth $500. And tonight, the presenter for that will be Dr. Kevin Karras from the School Corporation. Our first recipient in the scholastic portion of competition is contestant number 2, Becky Schoon. Our second scholarship recipient goes to contestant number 19, Jordan Missouri. The next award is a very special award for all the girls because it is voted on by the contestants, and this is the Spirit of Junior Miss Award. And this exemplifies the girl throughout the week who just really had a positive attitude and exemplifies exactly what the Junior Miss program is all about. And this year, the Spirit of Junior Miss goes to contestant number 15, Kylene Stevens. And the presenter for that was Mr. Mike Jenkins from Vic's Metal, and Kylene received a $500 scholarship and a silver tray. So congratulations. Now it's time to announce our runners-up. We'll begin with the second runner-up, who will be the recipient of a $1,000 scholarship. And here to present that award is Gina Sheets from the Clinton County Chamber. And the Indiana's Junior Miss 2008 second runner-up goes to contestant number 2, Becky Schoon. The first runner-up tonight will be presented by Joe Root from the city of Frankfort. The first runner-up tonight will be presented with $2,500 in scholarship, and that goes to contestant number 19, Jordan Missouri. And Indiana's Junior Miss for 2008, and the winner of a $7,000 scholarship, a ladies' wristwatch, and a gift basket, and will be presented by our chairman for 2008, Greg Meyer, and Kristen McCullough. Oh, Chrissy. I'm sorry, I thought they said Kristen. Chrissy Jones, Indiana's Junior Miss 2007. I can't read lips. And your Indiana's Junior Miss for 2008 is contestant number 21, Anna Hewitt. Congratulations, Anna. And a very special congratulations to all of our 2008 contestants. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thanks so much for coming out this evening. Have a safe trip home. We'll see you next year.